at like 9:30 today. Had some coffee. Went to the store. Bought some anti-flea stuff. And it's now 4 o'clock, and all I've done all day is treat the cats and vacuum and do laundry. And I'm not even done. Maybe a little more than halfway. Fun!
Hey everyone, it's me, Gazbot, for day 5050. That's right, the 50th anniversary, 50 days, halfway point, 50% done, 50% to go. Ha! Anyway, here's a 50. Here's a little 50. There's a big 50! That's what I did for 50. That's my special 50. What else I did for my special 50? My special 50 of what, by the way? Of 100 days of making comics with me, Gazbot. That's right. The other thing I did for my special 50 was spend a lot of time today fighting a battle against fleas. Yesterday, I noticed one of my cats had a little thing, like a bug on his face. I'm like, that's weird. Long story short, it was a flea. We found another. Fleas. Hopefully we caught it early. They're not like biting us. We haven't seen them on the floor or anything, but definitely the cats have them. So we put the drops on the cats. But then I woke up at 9:30 and it's now 1:30. And other than a break for lunch and dinner, I pretty much worked nonstop on fighting fleas. I vacuumed every single room in the house, moving furniture to get behind it, all that kind of stuff. Washed every piece of thing you can wash in the house. Sprayed Raid flea killer everywhere. It was a massive offensive. May or may not succeed. We still might need to do the bug bomb and bring them to the vet to shampoo them and stuff, but hopefully we could avoid that. And I spent a really long day. A day like this makes me wish for the days when I have eye surgery. That sounds like a joke, but it's really not. This day sucked. I haven't started working on the comic yet. I just want to pass out, and so I'm gonna go ahead and just do 30 minutes working on the layout of the next page. Put the process up after I finish record. I'm gonna do the. I'm gonna draw it, then do the process video, and then I'll cut it in here. But I have not done it yet.
So luckily or unluckily, it just so happens the panel I needed to work on was this big reveal monster shot of the horror, and it's the first time we see him in the book, being that it's page 3. And luckily, because it's fun to work on monster stuff, and I had kind of a concept drawing that sort of halfway had what I wanted in this panel. Unluckily, because I was not feeling motivated or creative at all, and I was just forcing myself to go through the motions. This is the first time I almost thought about skipping a day because I was so beat and miserable. I'm glad I didn't and pushed through, but I feel like I relied very heavily on the concept drawing, which I had already done, as opposed to starting more from scratch and coming up with an original dynamic pose. Now I went through and I changed it and altered it, and kind of tried to put in a background and a foreground, and there's the big crater for the island, and I have a guy in the front to kind of show scale, and trees and equipment falling off the horror and stuff like that. And I don't think I did a terrible job. And as I say often, that's one of those tank mechs sort of sputtering some laser fire as it gets knocked back. But as I say often, this is serviceable and usable, and if I don't change it, it wouldn't be embarrassing to put in or anything. I guess I was just hoping I'd do something a little bit more epic, a little bit more inspired, a little bit more, I don't know, just better. And again, not that this is terrible or I'm putting myself down, but I think if I wasn't so tired, I maybe could have come up with something a little more exciting. And I think I'm going to move forward, and tomorrow I'll just go ahead and finish up this page and keep going. But when I get to this page in the pencil ink stage, I might allow myself to take another pass at the layout at that time. And if I can't come up with something better, then like I said, this is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, I don't know. I just might try to do something different at that point. You can see here I'm adjusting the previous concept drawing, and it would have been easier had I just redrawn the pose and not really use the concept drawing as anything other than inspiration. I was messing around with the sky here. It's a daytime scene with a more or less clear sky, but I thought it'd be cool to have dynamic clouds sort of pointing in for composition and atmosphere. And I was thinking, well, like, but it wouldn't make sense. But I'm like, yeah, whatever. The big monster shows up, the cloud gets dark, the sky gets dark, and clouds show up. Why not? It's drama. But yeah, so I noodled around with this for a bit more. And then I started working on this bottom panel, which I don't think I finished. This is Donald Johnson, the corporate director, leaving the island in a sort of a flying vehicle. And I think I sort of developed the cockpit of the vehicle and didn't get to him. So tomorrow I'll get to him and the panel before, which is a bit of a mess. It'll take a little bit more work. I can see that easily taking the whole half hour. So yeah.
But I just wanted to get the video portion out first. The internet's been a little weird, so there is a chance I might not upload it until the morning, but whatever. You know, I'll do it tonight, upload it in the morning. Bingo! So not much of a big anniversary other than me saying 50. 50. And cats battling fleas with my help. Johannes Vick hit 100 days, so that's a much better anniversary than mine. Here's a link to his first, and here's a link to his last. So well job, sir. Well job. And I was trying to remember, I should probably have looked this up, but I think I'm at 50 and he's at 100, so that would theoretically mean that I started when he was on day 50, which is crazy because it seemed like he was doing it forever, but I guess it's kind of similar to Patch Silver, who's like a few days in now. I'll put his link in the show notes. And so like when I hit 100, he'll be at like 54 or 5 or something like that. So hopefully, I think we're the only two that are still actively doing. Oh, and the girl whose name I'm blanking on. I always forget about her because she's doing it a weird way where she doesn't do it like every day. I'm not caught up on her videos, so I'm not sure exactly how she's doing it. But like even in the first couple, she's drawing and doing it, whatever. She's doing it. I just don't understand how she's doing it. But what the heck is her name? Emmy, I think. I'll put a link to her in the show notes, so you can check her out too. But so I guess the three of us are doing it, but me and Patch are doing it the traditional, 100 days in a row, and she's doing a modified version of her own. And so yeah, hopefully we'll get some more people. Hopefully we won't have to wait until Patch is on like day 50 for a new person to start. Yeah, so that's gonna be it. I'm gonna get to work, and you'll see this later because it's after midnight. Even on the West Coast, it's after midnight. So today's day 50, and that means we got 100 million days left. No, today's day 50, and that means So I'll cut to the clip of I don't know what I'll do this time. Maybe I'll have a toy, or I'll cut to me singing like earlier in the day, or just something where I'm saying, yeah, we've got 50 days left. Just I don't know, just to make it different. I like to. Oh, better turn this off.